As we are about to venture into another month of, this will be the third month of the COVID virus impacting our community and impacting our lives. Um, Many things have been coming. Not only have we had the school closings and business closings and altered our way of life from a social aspect, uh, there's constantly new information about what we need to do to not only protect our community, but then protect ourselves. We talk about the aspect of social distancing when we're out, making sure that we stay in uh, if we don't have to go out for anything. Making sure that when we do go out now, that for many people, it's mandatory to wear masks in public places. Obviously, the idea if that we're sick, we need to stay in and not only protect ourselves, but to protect other individuals. As we go through this time period, I know some individuals have an increased sense of powerlessness and sense of hopelessness during this time period, and then also this idea of when is this going to end. We've talked many times about the opportunities that come in the middle of this chaos, and in this time I wanted to focus on the one thing that we all have the ability to do is taking care of ourselves. As we are looking at taking care of ourselves physically first, making sure that we have a structure to our day, making sure that we are eating healthy foods, making sure that we're eating healthy foods throughout the day, as well as making sure that we're staying hydrated, making sure that we stay away from refined foods. As we fuel our body to be able to heal itself and to protect ourselves, we have a better opportunity to fight off any particular virus or any type of illness that may come our way from a physical standpoint. Making sure that we are getting a proper amount of rest, making sure that we have good nighttime ritual and sleep hygiene, making sure that we have a quiet time in which we can be able to reflect and be out in the sun and be out in nature. Uh, Making sure that we are able to connect socially with our friends and with our family members. Maybe that'll be through the phone, through some type of digital platform. Maybe it'll be in creative ways that I've seen people be able to reach out and support each other. I was just recently looking at a book, and this book is called The Untethered Soul. And as I was looking in one of those chapters and reflecting on it, it talked about this idea that Michael Singer says that we all have an abundance amount of energy within us. But there will be times when something may happen in our lives where we may not necessarily think that that energy is there. Either because of a setback, a job loss, a relationship ending, a death in our family, something may be happening where we're triggered and we end up not thinking that energy is there. So we feel depressed, we feel tired, we feel exhausted, we don't feel any energy, any motivation. We compound that by what we put into our body, because that makes us feel even more lethargic. Something then may happen where we get a phone call, or something may happen where we get a spark of energy that comes. I think of a time period, and he reflects on this, is that when we may have that setback and our mood goes down, and then later we find out that maybe an hour later, a couple hours later, we find out that the information is different. And instantly, with a reframing, I have more energy. Now, nothing necessarily changed on my outside. I didn't eat anything, I didn't consume caffeine or anything like that. But now all of a sudden I have an increased level of energy. I think this is what Singer is referring to when he talks about this idea that we have this abundance amount of energy that's within us. It's just a matter of, we're going to be open to it or we're going to be closed to it. For me as a Christian, and reflecting on Christian spirituality is that this is what I think, that God is always within me. It's just a matter of, am I going to be open to that? And if I am open to it, there's a flow that happens. If I'm not open to it and I'm caught up in my thoughts, then there's this suppression of energy, and I'm feeling the weight of whatever my thoughts and the story that I'm telling myself. I believe this also plays a huge component in our life regarding our immune system. We have to make sure that we are not only fueling our bodies and making sure that we're eating clean food and good exercise and regular exercise and a regular structure to our day, but that also that we're protecting ourselves with what are we doing with our thoughts. Are our thoughts causing us to be closed to that energy that lies within us and ruminating on the stories that cause us to be closed? Or are we being open to the energy and open to life-giving thoughts and the idea of hope and focusing on that energy that is within us? As you have the opportunity each and every day and throughout the day to continue practicing focusing on that energy that is within you, similar to being able to choose the foods that you put into your body and choose if you're going to exercise or not, choose to be able to breathe in the fresh air outside. Thank you.